What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is Rusty with Rusty's Pressure Washing Hustle House TV. Thank you for tuning in. We're doing a 2-day job out here in Fort Pierce, Florida. Yesterday I didn't get to catch any of the film. I had a migraine. I was just trying to get in and out of there. I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't get to film the cleaning part, but today we're just sealing everything up that we prepped yesterday. So I'll get to show you the sealing portion of the job, the before and after. Also in this video, we'll be going over some price points, like the typical things we usually go over. What we made, what we spent, net, gross, stuff like that. I'll cover that for you guys. I know you like hearing that type of stuff. I'll be transparent with all my prices. But anyway, stay tuned. As you guys are watching the footage, I'll be doing a voiceover. I'm going to explain how to price these jobs. What tools we use to get the measurements, stuff like that. You want to be getting measurements, this way you are at a price point that is fair for all customers. If you're just going off looks to price out these jobs, it's just very sloppy. It's not professional. You know, you could end up looking at a driveway and give them a price because that's what you wanted at the time, and then you do another one and you ended up doing a bigger one for cheaper. So you don't want to get stuck in that sticky situation. Okay, before I start going over tips and tricks on how to price these seal jobs, we'll go over the profits for the day. On this job, well, it's two neighbors side by side. So one was $1,215, the other one was $1,015. These were two neighbors side by sides, they're friends. One wanted to get their driveway and back patio sealed, and then she called me a day after. This was like a day before her estimate. She said, my friend wants the same thing, do you guys give a discount? I said, of course. You know, if someone wants something done right next door, we're gonna do it for a little cheaper. We're there, we're already set up, ready to go. So I knocked off 5% off each bill. So after everything was said and done, the customers were paying for about $1 a square foot for sealing all their brick pavers. So the total gross for the day was $2,230, and like you saw in the video, this was a 2-day job. Could have easily been done in one day, but I wasn't feeling well the first day and the weather was getting a little bad around 1 p.m. so we just decided to come back in the morning. In all, we put about 5 to 6 hours on this job. That's including travel time to Fort Pierce. But like I said, the gross was $2,230. We spent about $650 on the sealer, the chem, and the fuel. So our net is about $1,580. This lead did not cost any money. She got our number. I don't remember quite who exactly, to be honest. It was from a friend or something, someone that knew me, maybe an old customer, but it was not a paid lead. Like I said earlier in the video, you definitely want to be measuring your square footage. You don't want to be doing a ceiling job just off the looks. You know, you can go check out a driveway, house, a roof. I mean, we do houses and roofs off square foot as well, but sometimes I'll just go look at a driveway and just give them a price. You know, it doesn't have to be measured if it's just a wash for a driveway, but to each their own. But sealing, you definitely want to do square foot, and that's for many reasons. One reason being that this is going to keep your pricing fair for each customer. So you want to be at a fair price point. It's just more professional. So how we do it, we have a $750 minimum. If anything is under 700 square feet, it's automatically $750. You know, we're spending $280 on the bucket alone. So there needs to be profit margins for us. There's cheaper sealers out there, but I tell all my customers the sealer we use only comes in a 5-gallon quantity, and it has about an 8-hour lifespan, so I can't go any cheaper on this. This is why we have a minimum. But once you start getting into different brackets, say 800 to 1500 square feet, we're at about $1.15 around that area with just clean and seal, and then we add money on the square footage if they want resanding. So about $1.45 to $1.50 per square foot if they want sanding. I'm just using my numbers. I'm in South Florida. I'm in a very, very tough diluted market, like I've said before. You know, this is, I know for a fact that I'm not the cheapest and I'm not the most expensive, but we do good quality work. You know, if anything happens, any mess ups, we're coming back to fix that stuff, and our customers know that. But don't go off my prices. If you're in a different area, don't go off my prices and go directly to your customer and say the exact same prices I said. You want to find what your market is going off of. So reach out to people around you that are doing this, that have been doing it for a long time. Try to reach out to the people with a more established business. They probably more know than the other guy that's new. So reach out to them and just ask them, hey, I'm new to this industry. I want to be around the same price point as the general market. I don't want to be undercutting myself. I don't want to be ruining the market. So just reach out to people like that and get the price point for your area. So like I was saying, the price brackets, if it's 4,000, 5,000 square feet, you know, we have a chart. If it's something big, we come down a little bit on the prices. We're not going to be where we're at. Like say if it's 1,000 square foot driveway, it's going to be a little more expensive. If they've got a big chunk of pavers, then we're going to drop that, since the quality, the quantity of the pavers is so much. We'll come down a little bit on the price, and we explain that to them, that we dropped it a little bit for them. It helps out in your selling tactics, to just let them know they are getting a bit of a deal because of the volume of square foot they have. In the description of the work, so this way they can see our price per square foot. It just looks more professional. It lets them know that we're actually going off something, not just looking at it and then giving them a price. Just really quick, I want to touch up on the sand and no sand option. Each job is different, so if a customer wants their pavers resanded, then you know it's going to be extra money, but you need to be straightforward and transparent with the customer right off the bat. So letting them know, you know, no sand, you're not adding joint stability. If you have weed growth, that weed growth is going to come up quicker without the sand rather than to adding sand to it. But you just want your customer to know right off the bat the pros and cons of each of these. So a lot of people don't have weed issues. Their pavers are newer. They don't really need that joint stability. They don't have shifty pavers. So no sand might be more appealing to them. Just really quick, I want to touch up on the sand and no sand option. Each job is different, so if a customer wants their pavers resanded, then you know it's going to be extra money, but you need to be straightforward and transparent with the customer right off the bat. So letting them know, you know, no sand, you're not adding joint stability. If you have weed growth, that weed growth is going to come up quicker without the sand rather than to adding sand to it. But you just want your customer to know right off the bat the pros and cons of each of these. So a lot of people don't have weed issues. Their pavers are newer. They don't really need that joint stability. They don't have shifty pavers. So no sand might be more appealing to them. So just be totally transparent when you're giving them these options, and just like I said, let them know the pros and cons of each thing. So selling these seal jobs is a little more difficult than a regular house wash, roof wash, driveway, pressure wash project. You know, these are a little bigger numbers. These are something to consider for a customer. It's a big project. So, you know, if they don't want to jump on your price right off the bat, you know, just say, hey, I'm gonna send you a quote just so you have it for reference. We can discuss it a different time. If you're getting that vibe that they're not gonna sign up right then and there, don't be pushy for it. You know, it's some people like to be aggressive salesmen. I don't. I see more success in jobs when I just kind of let them breathe and say, hey, you know what, just reach out if you're ready. And if they weren't gonna do it regardless, they didn't like your price regardless, being aggressive probably isn't gonna make the difference. So that's why we just give them some space, give them some time, and let them think about this project and moving forward. Also, after you guys introduced yourself for these seal jobs, you're walking around the property with the customer. They're showing you what they want to show you. You've done your measurements. It's time to chat. I like to ask the customer, what questions do you have for us as far as this project goes? I see a lot of people come up to my door. I've seen other people do estimates. You don't want to be chatting and just babbling your mouth about why your product is so great and why they need to do it and why they should do it and why your company is number one and this and that. You know, let them do the talking. Let them ask their questions. When it's your turn to talk, just answer the questions that they have, the specific questions. They don't want to know everything else that you have to say, most likely. So just let them ask their questions and then inform them on everything they want to know. You know, if they didn't ask a question and you need to tell them something certain about the job, by all means, go ahead and say something about the job, about this type of project. But all I'm getting at is just don't babble your mouth for 10 hours and not let them talk, and don't cut them off and stuff like that. If you guys have a website or even a Facebook, just make sure you have previous seal job before and afters on there. This way your website and your Facebook can do the talking for how great you are. You know, say, hey, have you been able to check out our website? Oh, no, I haven't. Okay, well, our website has a lot of great information. We have before and after of previous seal jobs. You can check that out and it'll help you understand the job scope a lot more. Another great thing we do, if you guys see the color pavers that you have sealed before, just send them over to that in email or text and say, hey, you know, we actually done a job using, they have the exact same pavers as you, so these are the results you can expect. This way the customer kind of knows almost exactly what they're going to be getting, and if you did a good job, it probably looks great, and it's just a really good selling point for the customer as well. I just want to touch base on me saying, you know, taking it easy on the customer, not being very aggressive. I just want to touch up on that. So I'm doing almost everything I can to try to seal the deal at the job site. I'm not just walking away when they say no. You know, I offer them 5% off if we can seal the deal right now, and we don't have to play the back and forth game. I'll take 5% if we can put you in the books right now. You know, but once you start feeling that vibe, like they're saying, oh, let me talk to my wife, that's the most famous one, but I need time to think about it. I honestly think, in my personal experience, being pushy after that point is just not sealing the deal. You know, door-to-door guys come up to my house all the time, lawn care, pest control, and these dudes just don't give up. I've said no 3 to 4 times and they're just still going at it, and at that point I'm just annoyed, and it's what they're saying, no matter what they're saying, no matter what discount they're saying, you know, I'm still at a no, and it's probably like that for a lot of customers. Alright, you guys, that's a wrap on this video. This is just how we do things. You know, I'm no guru. I'm only 4 or 5 years into the business. I'm just sharing some tips and tricks, some examples, some experiences of what I've learned, things that help me, things that have helped me grow. So by all means, this is not a guideline on how to do this. It's just what's working for us, and I'm spreading the knowledge to you guys. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning into these videos. I truly appreciate it. Keep hitting that like button, keep subscribing, hit the bell if you want to see my next video. I do about 1 to 2 a week, 1 at the minimum, so I appreciate the support, you guys. Much love, YouTube.